3, we are doing a W that's pretty straightforward. It's got a Western-inspired Tuscan serif, but instead of doing a standard W like that, we are gonna let it go in. This part will fade right into that. It's a lot of just line work. So we're gonna set ourselves up kind of a grid. Just like with the letter V last week, we're gonna kind of go our 5 spots across and make an angle. I'm gonna go a little more angled this week. And now I'm gonna duplicate it and shift it over to about that thick. And now I'm gonna tap and merge it down, swipe left, duplicate one more time, and bring it over again, just like that. So I've got about 1 block's width between each of those 2 sets of lines. Now we're gonna create our other lines here. So I'm gonna add a new layer. I'm gonna draw my line with an upward angle. And then again, a second one, about like that. Now I'm going to duplicate that and bring it over to there. So we're gonna end up erasing some of this out. So make sure it's on your left line of each segment. And then these need to come farther, right? So I'm just gonna start at the bottom here and trace over it to bring it all the way up. Same thing with the bottom one. All right, now let's go ahead and pinch all those together. And we don't need this part, so we can erase that out. And that is the basis of our letter W. We need to add our serifs. So once again, I'm gonna add a new layer, and up here, we're gonna do a slab serif, but it's gonna be angled, kind of, I'm sorry, it's not a slab serif, it is a Tuscan serif. And I'm gonna turn my page to kind of get it like I want it. So I'm gonna do 2 lines, somewhat like that, with 2 arcs, and then finish it off here. And then I am going to swipe left and duplicate, flip horizontal, and slide it into place. All right, merge down, and now we can see that it needs shifted over. So I'm gonna move it a little bit like that. And then I'm gonna duplicate it, add another one at the top of that part of the W, and then again, one more all the way over here. Now you can leave them all the same size, or if you visually think it looks better, you can actually shrink maybe the middle one down or the one that's on this thinner layer. So you can play with that by using the freeform tool. Maybe they need to be a little shorter. Maybe you want all of them a little shorter. But with these being thicker, you can't go too short. So I usually end up making the one on the thinner line just a little bit smaller because optically at the end it looks a little better to me. But that's the basis of our letter. So now we can merge everything down and color it all in. So this one is just a lot of duplication and lines. And then again, I would probably use that as my template and then draw a final version of my letter. And this time you don't necessarily have to do all the duplication since you've done all the angle work already. You can just come in and use the straight lines to your advantage to create your final letter W. Now, one thing I might do for this one is draw one serif again and then copy and paste it. Or if you want it to look a little more hand lettered, just manually do each one. I'll just manually do it real quick. I'm letting the arc tool grab it. Oh, I got a straight line there. Erase that out. I'll go ahead and do all my arcs and then I'll do my straight line. All right, 2 more. Actually 4 more little arcs. And then my straight lines. All right, and now I'll drag and drop my color. And and my letter W is pretty much finished. I might go in and kind of clean up some, since I did this by hand, clean up some lines, make the points just a little bit sharper. Or maybe you want to round them all. Just kind of depends on what final look you want to go for. With this one, I kept it pretty sharp and pointy and very Western inspired. All right, so that is it. You could even arc those more. You might want to like try squaring these off. There's lots of different things you can try to kind of change the look subtly and kind of make it your own, like that. So I'm gonna leave it as is for the original so I can cut and paste it over into my final document. So copy, paste. All right, we've only got 3 letters to go. We're almost through the whole series. I'll see you next week for letter X.